answer to everything is really simple. And when you come to the realization that the answer to everything, every problem you have, every issue you have ran across, every trial, every tribulation, every triumphant time, every testimony that has come from that situation, I can see how it can be difficult because I found it to be difficult as well too when finding out the answer to everything. And the answer to everything is going to be so simple that yes, it may deter you. It may come up as there's no way it could be that simple. Only it really is that simple. And the answer is Him, the Creator, the Most High, Yahusha, Yahweh, Yahweh, the Alpha and the Omega. That's literally the answer. I am that I am. Exodus 3:14. And as I said, it's not going to be easy sometimes to accept that as the answer because we have been programmed into this mindset of that if it's not philosophical enough, if it's not academic enough, if it's not complex enough, that there's no way that can be the answer. The answer can't be simple. It can't, 1 + 1 can't be 2, but 1 + 1 is 2. And when you come to that understanding that He is the answer to everything, you just feel this burden just come right off. It starts to make sense. And the more time that goes by as you grow stronger in your relationship, you grow more into the relationship with the Most High, is when it becomes as easy as you breathing. We're all made in His image. We're all made to be creative. We're all made for a purpose. You're not just here because of some random reason. You're here because He wants you here. He knew you even before you got here. And yes, sometimes you're going to be going down that path of trials and tribulations and wondering, why am I struggling so much? Why am I going through this? And then as soon as you're on the other side of it, you realize you have become stronger because of it. There was a lesson to be learned. There was a new skill to be had. That you're not the same person at the end of that road that started that road. And the thing about it is that discomfort, pain brings growth. Comfort, when you are comfortable, there is no growth occurring. When you are going through something that's painful, you start to learn from it, you grow from it, you become empathetic to others that have gone through that same situation and come to find that we're all just having this human experience. One of the things I had to learn is, and I saw this throughout different parts of the scriptures in the Bible, is that the Most High likes to use examples of gardening. And when you think about it, especially since here recently I got a plant. I'm not the best at taking care of plants, but I have a plant and I have to repot it. So I'm doing research on how to repot this plant because it is at the point where it needs a bigger pot. And I found out that transferring a plant to a bigger pot is one, of course, a delicate situation, but it's also quite painful for the plant itself in as you're handling it. And realizing that people are just like the plant that needs to be repotted is that when you're in your current pot, you are comfortable. But it gets to the point where your roots have outgrown the pot. Now they're like growing up the side of it and trying to look for more room, trying to look for more nutrients, and can't can't get enough because there's not any room there anymore. And it can lead to root rot and then the plant wilting and then eventually going. And the only way for that plant to be able to survive, the only way for that plant to be able to continue to grow and expand is it has to go through that experience of being removed from its old pot, so its comfort space, and moved into its new pot. And during that transition, yes, it feels so painful. It feels so, I don't know what's going to happen on the other side of this, of me going to this new pot. And after when you're settled down and the turbulation has passed, you come to realize there's a lot more room here. There's a lot more nutrients here. My roots don't feel cramped. I can start spreading my roots out. Oh, there's a lot more nutrients here. I can start blooming more flowers and leaves and branches. And then you come to find out that painful experience of moving from one known pot to an unknown pot into the next chapter of your life, into the next experience in your life, that it gets better and that you would never have grown the way you currently are. And in the future, you will be if you don't keep growing, if you don't keep repotting yourself when you need that room to grow. Because also, too, once you get into that bigger pot, there's no way of going back into the smaller pot. You can't go back to the way you were. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everything has a season. And there's different seasons of spring, summer, fall, winter. And each season you go through in life, there's a lesson to be learned. There's growth that'll come from that. So embrace the pain, embrace the struggle. Because you don't know who else you can inspire to be able to keep walking through that painful experience because you were able to experience that as well. Be blessed.